Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motor Mouth Fast Eddie Layne with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark MaBo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. I want to say greetings, good evening, how you doing, all of the above. Welcome into Beyond Ringside Live on this 9th day of July 2017. In a multiple location station, yours truly, Fast Eddie Layne from the all-new Studio One, welcoming in tag team partner Mark MaBo Bowman. What's up, brother?
Whoo, buddy. That's all I got to say.
Never trust a ceiling fan that knows that all it's doing is hanging around, right?
It was a close one, buddy, but we got it. And also, I'm a little bit, believe it or not, spent the day with Tunzi. And he, we had Hooters. What's funny is we both thought Hooters in Trussville opened up at 11. He binged it or Googled it or whatever. It told him 11:30, so we get there at 11:30, and they tell us they don't open until 12. I was like, son of a gun. But he and I, we did the wings and things and all that. And this is going to shock you. Are you ready for this, Eddie?
What at?
We both split an order of shrimp in the Daytona sauce. Which,
Right.
by the way, I think that might be my new sauce.
With the Daytona?
Yeah, it was good. Very good. But we both got 15 wings apiece and the lots of tots. Mine, of course, minus sour cream. Would you believe that neither one of us? I maybe went through about, out of the 15 wings, I maybe had 5. Tunzi maybe had about 2. Neither one of us were able to get through our wings.
Really?
Yes. But, it was a very nice lady. Her name was Callie. I will say this, though. I think and this is not a slight, this is just an observation. I think only one girl, young lady at the Hooters restaurant, was issued an ass. The rest of them just had a place where their legs met their back, and that was it.
Okay.
But yeah, so had Hooters with Tunzi. Of course, had good laughs, and we discovered a new band and a new solo artist.
Okay.
And they're going to be going on tour together soon. Random Tit and Gay Adam.
All right.
So
You've lost your mind again, haven't you?
did I ever really have it? Let's be honest.
But, no.
But you know what? I might not have my mind. You ready for this segue? But
God.
you know what we do have?
What's that?
We have the current reigning and defending Young Lions Cup champion from Chikara joining us at the top of the hour at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, and that would be the Hermit Crab. I almost screwed up and said the wrong guy.
Damn. You had it going for a second there, and you all of a sudden just went poof.
I was call me butter because I was on a roll, and then I slipped.
Yeah, pretty much. But from there, yes, the Hermit Crab will be coming on board to join us in just a little while. Also, with Great Balls of Fire in less than 90 minutes from right now, we will be bugging at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. And in actuality,
that's what you said last week about Slammiversary.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about charter cable this time. I know the internet's working because we're on the air. I know the internet's working because
good.
I'm watching the network right now. But no, actually, that's what I was going to let the guys from Corner to Corner know. I may not be here at 9 p.m. Eastern. I've got a meeting that I'm about to have to go to. So that's why we are departing at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. It's going to be a little bit fun around the Radio Ranch for the next couple of days till we try to figure some things out. Want to say hello to some new friends up at Gabriel's up in the Hoover River Chase area. Also to some returning friends from Overtime Bar and Grill on Lakeshore Drive over past Homewood.
I know where that is.
Mm-hmm. And I'm about to know where it is on a couple of days. And same thing with Gabriel's. And of course, I'm still getting people asking what happened that Papa Sia's, due to extenuating circumstances, actually decided to close their doors a couple of Sundays ago. And from that vantage point, which had my Saturdays tied up for a little while, but hey, look, to Tammy, Bev, everybody at Sia's, once again, I want to say thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. And of course, pure professionalism. Tim, CC, Rick, Jeff, Devin, Justin, I could run down the entire family. Kelsey, Chelsea, all of the above over at Buffalo Wild Wings Alabaster. They've been tremendous and had a great turnout this past Friday night for Friday night karaoke. And the building process all over again. We had a great crowd actually for a few weeks in a row, and it continues to get even bigger, and I greatly appreciate it. So if you're in my neck of the woods, which would be around Shelby County, Central Alabama, if you like to sing, you know someone who does, or you just want to get out and about and have a little fun on a Friday night, drop by and say hi at Buffalo Wild Wings in Alabaster. Extenuating circumstances in play. My day job actually had me working 2 15-hour days. That's why To Be Determined and the Shooters Gallery did not go live this week. Go figure. I had a 4-day weekend technically, and ended up paying the price for it all the way across the board. Right the minute I went back to work, hell broke loose. But speaking of hell breaking loose, not really. I'm just going to sit back and say it finally aired on Access TV. And that was night 2 of G1 Special in the USA from New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I'm going to sit back and say this. Night 2, in my opinion, was better than night 1. But mainly, we covered that last week because of the fact that I'm not a big fan of having a bunch of multi-person tag matches involved. I understand the first night you wanted to try to get, all the characters out there. But the thing about it is, when you're doing an 8-man, 10-man, 8-man, you don't, if you have new fans coming on board that aren't familiar with the product and that aren't familiar with the individuals, it may be great for a spot or two, but you're not doing the individuals in the ring any justice. Whereas maybe in an Australian rules tag team match or even a 6-man match, have 1 or 2 of those, you at least get an opportunity to get a better look at some of the people that you may not have seen before. Now, granted, 2017 is a whole different animal than even 10 years ago. Because nowadays, if you don't have a YouTube channel, you're an idiot. If you don't have some of your matches on YouTube, Daily Motion, Vivo, whatever, then you're an idiot. I'm sorry, that's just me being cut and dried about it. Because everybody's, the majority of people have a smartphone or they have a cheap camcorder, and it doesn't take that long to convert it into a video file that you can upload somewhere, even on Facebook or Twitter, or put snippets on Instagram. But, that was my main thing. And, of course, the 2 payoff matches in my book last night, Tanahashi Billy Gunn, which I'm still trying to figure out how he's able to get away with using that name. But by the same token, he didn't leave Vince on negative circumstances, but neither did most anybody else who couldn't use their name. And I'm going to be blunt. I knew they weren't going to put Gunn over with the Intercontinental title, but still, it was a great match. Solid back-to-back all the way through. And then you had the main event in my book, probably a signature match. Ichi and Omega. These 2 guys worked so well together last night. On the show last weekend, and which aired this past weekend on Access. Finally got a chance to really sit back and watch it. And lo and behold, that's a main event anywhere in my book. I'm just plain and simple. I'm not gonna go on and on about that particular match because I'm not gonna really just go into detail on it. There were a couple of things, and by the way, for the record, I do have to sit back and give credit where credit is due, and MaBo's probably going to throw up when I say this. I give all the credit in the world to Jim Ross, who actually atoned for his sins and his screw-ups from the first night of the G1. And when
because plain and simple, if he had to, he'd go back and do VO, or, I don't know, maybe he was sober.
But I don't know if he was sober on night. Go ahead.
Was Barnett still a douche?
Not as bad on night 2 as he was on night 1.
So that means they were either sobered up or they made him go back and re-record everything.
Well, everything sounded like it was actually as it occurred. Normally, when they're doing stuff, you can tell that it's like weeks later. And say what?
Still idiots.
Oh, I know that. The other thing that I was actually quite appreciative of, the fact that they occasionally even shut up during the ring introductions.
I guarantee you
Some of them.
That was fixed in post. I guarantee you that was fixed in post.
Probably might have been. But during the main event especially, they actually made it a point to not talk over the primary ring introductions. And I was appreciative of that. Look, and I've said this before, and I've said it on air and off air both, and I'm going to stick by this. If this was any other company, and would Jim Ross have talked over Howard Finkel or Tony Chimmel or Lillian Garcia? Hell no. WCW, would he have talked over Pinzer or Capetta? No.
Gary Michael Capetta.
Barf. But, I mean, did he ever do it in UWF? No. Did he do it over Bob Caudle or Tom Miller or anybody else doing ring ins? No. Then why in the hell would you disrespect?
He's a grumpy old bastard at this point, and he probably don't. My God, I don't care about them foreigners. They don't buy no barbecue sauce.
I don't know if they do or not.
Barbecue hat. They don't put barbecue sauce on their dogs in the land of the rising sun when they're eating barbecue hat. Goofy face.
Okay.
Sorry, you know. I just like mentioning that other guy's name that Schmicky likes to mention to get me riled up. You know, I don't care for Jim Ross.
Yeah, but by the same token, I normally respect it when y'all. Okay, there's a difference between the person that really gets you still irked after all this time and somebody like JR, due to the fact that you can't escape JR. You block that person on Twitter, and then I can't get anybody on this freaking station to quit saying rhymes with Smeltzer. It's like, look, I'm not giving that egomaniac. Shut up. You know what I mean. Don't even. Don't. We'll go off air right now.
I'll turn this show right around and we'll go home, mister.
I'll turn this bus around and we're out of here and you will sit in the back seat.
Oh. Wait.
Do that again. I dare you.
No, wait. But Eddie, what's the other than the super kick, what's the
if you say the Young Bucks finisher, you can go to hell. Go to hell.
What's their finisher again?
Music bed will play if you say it.
Something driver.
Okay, well, folks, it's been fun, but I'm going to fire the whole station again.
Hey, what's the kid's name over in England that always likes us? Gary? Dave? What's his name? Hello?
I'm waiting.
No, what's his name for real? The kid that always go, Daryl. Hey, Daryl B, are you listening? Are you in the chat room? Help me out here. What's the Young Bucks finisher? Just go ahead and type it in the chat for Eddie. We won't have to say it on the air. Man, you sure are crabby today. Speaking of crabby, joining us at 6 p.m.
Not if you keep up.
Joining us at 6 p.m. The reigning Young Lions Cup, Hermit Crab. He is #too salty. Speaking of somebody who's salty,
you're trying to save this, aren't you?
What?
You're trying to save this, aren't you?
You know who's not getting saved right now? Apparently, Austin Aries' WWE career. You know what else wasn't saved? The greatest man of all time, Kevin Owens, and his U.S. title reign.
Now, actually, I want to cover that one for a minute because that's absolutely off the chain. I love the concept. You know, it's like they brought back the anything can happen mentality in WWE. Of course, this at Madison Square Garden this past weekend, it was a combined show, Raw and SmackDown, because I was kind of confused for a minute there because I thought it was a Raw show because I saw Joe tweet, and the tweet that Joe put out there regarding the Garden was, I mean, it was poignant. I loved it. And so it's like I saw that, and I'm sitting back going, okay, it's a Raw show. And then lo and behold, I'm getting the notes from everybody, yourself included, that AJ Styles has gotten the U.S. title away from Kevin Owens. And I'm sitting back going, whoa, wait a minute. And then I sat back, well, they can do combined shows at Madison Square Garden. That is hallowed ground. And
yeah. But this is what I don't understand, though, and I kind of brought it up to other people. I mean, yeah, so they want to do that. You know, the whole anything could happen at a house show. But, I mean, why do it? Why have that match and have AJ win literally 2 days or the day before he is set to – no, that's SmackDown. Never mind. This is a Raw pay-per-view, right?
Yep.
Okay, then we're good. Never mind. Maybe they'll have – what the hell?
Sounded like Facebook Messenger.
No, Google just turned on for some reason. Okay, so never mind. Okay, they're SmackDown. They're SmackDown. Then they have then they'll have a reason to. They'll probably explain something by the time. What is it coming up for them?
Honestly, I don't remember which one it is.
Okay, money. I don't know. Oh my God. All right. Okay. Well, good. Because I was about to say, why did they have him drop the title if they're about to have the pay-per-view the next day? They're not. They're not. And technically, I guess AJ was in line for the number one contender. But I thought they were saving that, though. Anyway, doesn't matter. Moving on. AJ's got the belt. Kevin Owens doesn't. People are complaining. And to me, it's one of two things, the reason why they did this. One, something's wrong with Owens. I honestly don't think it's a wellness policy violation. Maybe he's hurt. Something's going on. Or two, house attendance numbers were low. Because I saw a certain former producer or director or whatever he is, and then I just can't follow him on Facebook anymore because he's just an asshat. But he was saying, I guess he was there, and he said, like, the Garden was just, it was not the numbers that they normally do. So, who knows? Who knows why Owens... You know, they dropped it at a house show. Who knows? But I guess we'll find out.
I mean,
sooner rather than later.
Legitimately, it could be an injury, and that wouldn't surprise me in the least. But by the same token, people who were there, I've been watching Twitter and social media, and most people who were at that live event, either that or they retweeted people that were at the live event, were talking about the fact they had an excellent match.
Oh, yeah, no. Out of all of them, of course, once again, this guy that, you know, was posting and stuff. He's very jaded and very douchey anyway. I mean, out of all the matches, he said that sorry, my nose was itching. He said that was the best one. But, yeah, I mean, either way, I do like how every once in a while, just for poops and giggles, WWE will throw in a rando, whether it be with NXT, SmackDown, or Raw, they'll throw in a rando title change at a house show. And if that's to get the numbers up, that's fine. So,
when did the Table for Three with Angle, Edge, and Christian originally air?
Okay, so I watched that, and I dropped the network 2 months ago, so I'd say at least 2 months ago.
Okay, cool.
To me, though, it's not as funny as the Mick Foley, Edge, and Christian.
Well, Angle's not really ever been known for his sense of humor. Foley is.
Actually, he is known for his sense of humor, especially when playing off Edge and Christian.
Yeah, I can go with that. Foley's creative enough. He can make a brick wall sound funny.
Well, I mean, he's starting to definitely get into that dad mode kind of thing or whatever. But he's definitely not what he used to be, but he's still there. He's, you know, I guess we need somebody just to do the clapping, but he still got it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's funny because you mentioned you still got it, and I'm going through as I'm setting up a DVD shelf here at Studio One, and some of the box sets that I have include the Rick Steamboat 3-disc set, and I can't help but flash back to the run that Rick Steamboat had when he came back for a little while, especially the encounters he had with Jericho. Now,
Oh, okay. So you're talking about, okay. I was like, I thought you were talking about as the dragon. I was like, really?
no, just Ricky Steamboat himself, not as the full-scale, full-blown, fire-breathing dragon. And, when you've got somebody who you still don't know why they departed from in-ring the first time, and then I know the roster was a little bit depleted because of either wellness policy violations or injuries or stuff like that. And when Steamboat came out of retirement to work for a few months, it's very clear that chant was well-deserved because he did still have it. And, there are times, and it's funny because I've been in conversations with different people over the last week, and one of them is, well, I'll just go and say it, longtime friend Scotty Blaze, and who's pretty well known around the southeastern U.S., especially Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, which is 3/5 of the southeastern U.S. Technically 3/6, so I'll give him half. And he'd made a comment that, he's been going stronger than ever over the last couple of years, especially when his schedule permits it, because he owns his own business. And it's texting.
No, not me.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you were texting.
No, I wasn't even touching anything. That's why I was like, what's going on?
There you go. But no, and also
Being hacked.
You're being hacked, like Kurt Angle's Twitter.
Yes.
And I'd rather it be Kurt Angle's Twitter than you being hacked in the same capacity as Charlotte's iCloud.
Oh, we all want those pictures out. We're waiting on my personal photos to be released along with the next set of Diva photos. That'll bring them in.
Yeah, no.
That'll put butts in the seats.
Thank you, Tony Schiavone.
Don't you ever compare me to that son of a biscuit eater. Hate him just a little bit less than I hate Jim Ross.
It's funny because we're talking about announcers for a hot second, and there is somebody that I actually ran across on, and this has been about a year ago, but I found out that he's actually doing syndicated news broadcasting, and that's Christopher Cruz.
Why do I know that name?
WCW.
Yes. I do remember him.
Yeah, blondish, sandy blonde hair, glasses.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah, tremendous on-air talent. And he and I are acquaintances on Facebook, and he is a blast. Don't ever say anything nice to him, because he will rip you apart if you do. That's just one of those circumstances where it's like you are more inclined to observe, and you learn more by listening and watching than you do by talking. Trust me. But Cruz is funny as hell on social media. That's where I give all the credit in the world. But how much of the second night did you catch?
None.
I wondered why you hadn't chimed in.
Well, first of all, current extenuating circumstances going around. Well, no, I could have got that channel. I just didn't really give a crap, and I didn't think about it. I was late coming home Friday night. Was I? No, I wasn't. I got no excuse, Eddie. Keep moving. I was actually home fairly early. I can't remember what I was doing, but I just totally blanked and forgot about it.
We'll tell you what, on that note, we are going to go ahead and take the top of the hour break a minute early. When we come back from this extended break, we are slated to be joined by a too salty crustacean, the Hermit Crab.
He is all surf and no turf. Fear the claws.
Finish taking us out.
Oh, sorry. That would be your. And I think I've said this before. I don't know. Your current reigning and defending.
You did 3 times.
Young Lions Cup holder, Hermit Crab. Hermit Crab. Hermit Crab. Fade us out. Hermit Crab. Hermit.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motor Mouth Fast Eddie Layne with your invitation to join yours truly, along with MaBo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
This is Jim Cornette. You are locked into the show of all time, Beyond Ringside.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
This is Dr. Tom Pritchard, and if you want to listen to the best in professional wrestling, get locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Everybody, it's Jakara's finest, the chocolate ice cream dream, the backcourt bandit, Sugar Dunkerton, letting you know that you are locked in to Beyond Ringside. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Do not turn that dial.
Ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans from around the world, I'm Lightning Mike Quackenbush, the master of 1,000 holes, and you're locked in for Beyond Ringside.
9 minutes after the top of the hour on the live side, welcome back into Beyond Ringside Live on this Sunday night, 9th day of July. By the way, hope everybody had a great 4th of July week. I don't just say one day. Look, everybody has the right. It doesn't matter if it's a holiday like the 4th of July or Cinco de Mayo. It doesn't matter if it's your birthday, wedding day, anniversary, all of the above, divorce day, hell yeah. You know, do a week. Just do a whole week. Budget your time wisely and do the whole week. Now, granted, you can't shoot off the fireworks on July 8th at 3 o'clock in the morning. Police will be called. We won't discuss that any further. Fast Eddie Layne on this side of the control panel, welcoming back in the one, the only MaBo Bowman. What's up, brother MaBo?
Oh, nothing. I feel that if there was an underage feline and he had a drinking device,
oh, God.
I just feel that's going to fit in somewhere here in a few minutes.
I know it's going to, and you're scaring me already. Ladies and gentlemen, we promise, and thankfully we're able to deliver. Very special guest at this time, pro wrestling star from Rocky Beach, Maine. He is known as All Surf, No Turf, the Hermit Crab in the house. How you doing this evening?
Hermit Crab's feeling the effects from last night. He's having trouble walking. He had an intense battle with a Cajun Crawdad last night, defending the Young Lions Cup championship. He's feeling it today.
We have a paradoxical statement in place, and I'm going to address this right off the bat. We have a Maine crab taking on a Cajun Crawdad in the home of NC Barbecue. Think about this, folks. You have dining paradise in place last night under the banner of Chikara Pro Wrestling.
The match writes itself, yeah.
Yes, it does. As long as no drawn butter was used or abused during the course of this match, we'll be fine.
Thankfully, it wasn't. It probably would have been the count-out match, but thankfully, no. But
and, of course, we were talking about yesterday, Gibsonville, North Carolina. Chikara had a double shot in place. Parting of the Ways took place early yesterday, and the Lodger took place later on last night. All the stars of Chikara came out to play in Gibsonville, and from what I understand, great crowd at both events, right?
Oh, yes. Fantastic crowd, fantastic show. everyone should really check it out when it's available on Chikaratopia in a few days.
Now, the fun part of this whole scenario is because the fact that Chikara and the front office therein loves to take it on the road, loves to go into different areas as well as familiar territory, and the North Carolina market for them has been something. Gibsonville has been one that's been on the books, and they've had good success there. The crowds there have always been good. North Carolina wrestling fans, I do equate in a lot of ways to those in, per se, Pennsylvania or Central Illinois, or even down here in the southeastern U.S. in certain parts of the southeastern U.S. The fans down there, how receptive and how electric were they yesterday?
Oh man, they loved like everything that we put on. They were just phenomenal. We love going to Gibsonville. It's a nice little venue. It's fantastic.
Now, for you personally, going to different geographic regions of the country and getting a chance to experience the different types of fans that are out there, because in different places you have the different facets of pro wrestling which really work in one area may not always click in others, but yet in this circumstance you're a part of a company that tries to encompass all of those different facets, right?
Right.
Now, I'm going to ask the question, and I know that there are different chronological factors in place when it comes to different species on this planet. Humans have one particular timeline as it pertains to age. Same thing with dogs. They have a different one. Same thing with an octopi. Or octopus. I just don't like to say octopuses. Kind of like platypuses. I don't say that. I say platypi.
They don't do much.
No, they don't. Hey, MaBo, I know what we're going to do today. You just took me right out of it, you ass. I will.
I don't know how to make the platypus noise. I'm sorry.
I can't do it either. Sounds like an angry Pomeranian when I do it. But the reason why I bring up the chronological age thing is, at what age, how far were you into your development as a crab before you realized that you had an affinity and a love for pro wrestling?
As soon as Hermit Crab was born, of course.
First day of training, how nervous?
A little nervous, wanted to do it my whole life, but just jumped right in there and it was fine as soon as I walked in.
First match. Butterflies, hummingbirds, pterodactyls, flying elephants?
A little bit. Hermit Crab's first match was against one of his trainers, Chuck Taylor, so it was easy. But yeah, it was easy, but a little nervous, but it wasn't too bad. Hermit Crab came out of his shell a little bit.
Being realistic about it, I know that different people have different matches for their first one. One may be against another trainee. One may be against another vet who wasn't directly responsible with the training. But you say Chuck Taylor, one of the people who was directly responsible for your training. Did that add to the nerve factor? It's like, we're going to have to turn it up for this one just to make sure that he doesn't come back and say such and such? Or did you approach it just like you would straight ahead during the latter part of your training?
It was a little easier because he knows what I can do, what Hermit Crab's capable of. Hermit Crab has a bit of a relationship with him because he's been the trainer.
MaBo.
So it made it a little bit easier.
Okay. MaBo, come on board.
Well, first of all, thank you for joining us. And you mentioned Chuck Taylor. Big shout out to Sweet Chucky T. The original Chuck Taylor, not believing your garbage. Yeah, not believing your garbage, Stokely Hathaway. But shout out to him for winning the PWG heavyweight title over the weekend.
Yeah.
So, big shout out to him. Now, Hermit Crab. It's like Eddie was saying. That training, that first day of training, when you walk in there, and you're surrounded by ants and demonic talking pumpkins and
goblins
and all of this, goblins and snakes. It's how did you feel that first day you stepped in to training itself, and were you prepared? Like, I mean, I don't know, what kind of internet reception, Wi-Fi that you get over on the beach, actually, in your shell, was going to the Wrestle Factory. Was that your focus? Where you're like, I want to take my crab-like skills and apply them to the Wrestle Factory, or what? Was that always your main goal?
Absolutely. It is a little intimidating going there and seeing, demonic pumpkins and ants and whatnot. But feel more bad for the students now when they walk in and they see Hermit Crab, because, Hermit Crab is the best, of course.
Of course. I mean, you are the current Young Lions Cup holder, and congratulations on what I saw some people on the message on various messages boards saying. Congratulations on you beating the freshman defense streak, where I know maybe the last few holders have lost it after their first defense. So congratulations on that. But
thank you.
That victory came at the hands of someone you normally team with, and that would be the Cajun Crawdad. Now, how was that? You were tussling with someone who you normally team with. I mean, and is everything too salty between you guys now?
Well, Crawdad and Hermit Crab go way back, teamed together many, many times. And the first show, the Parting of Ways, we had a trios match with Murloc against Oberian and the Sea Stars. And there was a little miscommunication between Crawdad and Hermit Crab, and we got into a little bit of bickering. And so our match later was really intense, just hard-hitting. We just wanted to take all of our crabbiness, anger out on each other from earlier that day. But afterwards, we're all good. Too salty. We're all good.
So the basically what you're saying was the rubber bands were off during your match.
Yes. The rubber bands were certainly off. Yes.
Nice. Now, I mean, just if we did have Mr. Touchdown on at one point, but since he's been on, the lineage has been added to the Young Lions Cup. I mean, Chikara's going into their 15th year of being around.
15.
Yes,
15 years. Yeah.
I know. So, 15 years. I mean, I know I popped in probably around year 7 or 8. But there is that in Chikara, that is the oldest established. I don't want to say title. Because it's not your traditional title like some people think of as a belt, like the Grand Champion. But I mean, you might as well say it's a title. It is. It's technically a title. That is the oldest established title in Chikara history. And I mean, just look at the names who've held it before you. When you look back at it, first of all, how does it feel to be in such great company? And two, of those who have held it in the past that you might not have faced before, who would you like to face? Who, if you had the opportunity, would you like to face?
Hermit Crab would really like to face Travis Huckabee, former referee for Chikara and now wrestler, and so far he's doing a pretty all right job. He just won the Campeones last night, but then lost them to the ice cream shortly after.
I saw that, and I was excited, and then I was just let down.
Well, Travis kind of had a let it coming to him since he falsely awarded the ice creams to Campeones last year when he was the ref.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
But looking down the past lineage, I mean, you're Hallowicked, Chuck Taylor. Let's see who else. Fire Ant. I believe Fire Ant held the Young Lions Cup. Frightmare. But if there's any past Young Lions Cup champion that you could face in a match that you haven't before, who would it be?
Definitely Hallowicked.
Really? That's
that would.
That's a big name.
Yeah. Hermit Crab loves a challenge.
Yeah, he's a two-time grand champion, three-time.
Yeah,
Two-time?
the only two-time champion. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, just vicious. I mean, used to have go to Sleepy Hollow. Now cracking skulls would never wake up, or never wake up. Yeah,
He
that's
definitely won't crack
you know
Hermit
what?
Crab shell. No way.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, you've got the Young Lions Cup,
Hmm.
and you're focused on that. You still got, you've still got Cajun Crawdad. Everything's cool with you guys.
Right.
Are you thinking about going after Campeones?
Absolutely. It's always in our minds. We do have 1 point when we beat the Throwbacks last month.
Yes. 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 Not a lot of people, thought the Throwbacks would, be able to breeze past you guys. Y'all held out. And
Yes. It was
if I was wearing a hat, I'd take it off. I'd take it off to you.
Thank you. Yes, because Hermit Crab and Cajun Crawdad are definitely the best. And after last night, we had a little bit of issues, but we're perfectly fine now, and our team is stronger than ever. We're definitely going to come for the ice creams for the Campeones.
Well, you know what? There's nothing that hashing out your differences over a couple of milkshakes from Cookout up there in North Carolina.
Yes. We bonded even more over some milkshakes at Cookout. Absolutely.
Well, that's the best way. Eddie?
I'm just wishing I could be at First Energy Stadium this coming Friday, July the 14th. First off, baseball fan. Second off, even after all this time in pro wrestling, I'm still a fan. And when you get a chance to hybridize, there's your word for the day, kids. 2 of what I do consider to be great national pastimes. Pro wrestling, the consummate way to blow off steam. Enjoy. All of the above. And it's going to be right after the Fighting Phil's home game. Bring the ring out. Set it up. Ring the bell. Let's rock and roll at First Energy Stadium. Now, do you know who you're going to be? Are you going to be facing? Try that again, Eddie. Hermit Crab, do you know who you're going to be facing this coming Friday night at First Energy?
Not yet, but Hermit Crab will definitely be there. It's a great time going to those matches. We get to watch the game, and then we have the event right after. It's a great time. And Hermit Crab heard that Tito Santana is supposed to be there this Friday.
What?
Nice.
Yeah.
Tremendous individual, always fun to work with. I've worked with him on a couple of different shows. Now, as you approach this Friday night, knowing the fact that you are going to be on a baseball diamond, have you ever participated in something like this before?
Back in Hermit Crab's older days on the beach, Hermit Crab used to make a baseball diamond in the sand. He used to play baseball with his friends all the time. Hermit Crab always hitting home runs, always. He was the best at baseball.
Now, I do have to ask, which are you more adept at? Playing catcher, possibly pitching, or even outfield?
Everything. Hermit Crab would be a one crab team.
Hermit Crab is his own MVP. He can handle all positions.
Yes. Absolutely.
And folks, if you're not really catching what we're talking about, that is this coming Friday night. First Energy Stadium, 1900 Center Avenue in Reading, Pennsylvania. Live at First Energy Stadium. The live event from Chikara will be free to all game attendees. So if you bought a ticket to the home game this Friday night, you have your ticket for Chikara. Let me tell you something. For those even there, this is the funny part, because even if you're in the backyard, if you haven't taken an opportunity to catch a Chikara live event, you honestly don't know what you're missing. Because you have a great variety, array, assortment of talent from all walks of all types of life. This is a show that will have you rocking and rolling from square one. It doesn't matter if it's on a baseball diamond. It doesn't matter if it's in a traditional venue such as an arena or an auditorium. I have done crossover with Chikara on a number. Actually, Mark and I have done crossover with Chikara on a number of different events over the last few years. And the father of Chikara, old friend of mine, Lightning Mike Quackenbush, the founder. Now, of course, I haven't spoken to him in the last few minutes. Is he still doing Director of Fun?
Yes. Mike Quackenbush is the Director of Fun.
Now, also, there is another concept that is, if you've been away from it for a while, and MaBo, I'll turn this one over to you because I know you're a little bit more well-versed at it than I am, and that's, of course, is coming up on, excuse me one second. Sorry about that. Coming up on July 23rd, that's my cough button, by the way, Chikara presents an Hour of Power at the Wrestle Factory on Wingate Street in Philadelphia. MaBo, your thought? Come on in.
Yes, the Hour of Power, the sort of the for those who don't know, and if you don't, shame on you, because Lord knows I come on here and push it enough. Chikaratopia. Chikara's. Let me turn that fan off there. And what won't turn the fans off is Chikaratopia. The Chikara's live streaming service. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say Chikara was one of the first wrestling companies to really have a streaming service. I mean, maybe something like High Spots or somebody had one, but as far as companies themselves, Chikara is the first one that I remember hearing about, reading about, and signing up for. And that's, like I said, that's Chikaratopia. And you can go through and, I mean, just a tremendous back catalog of Chikara's past events. I mean, if like I said, I don't know 100. I'm not 100% positive, but I would say, and Hermit Crab, if you know the numbers, you can back me up here. About 95 to 99% of past Chikara events are available on Chikaratopia. Am I correct?
Yes, that is very correct. Chikara's rich 15-year history is almost completely on there. It's a great deal, and it's only $7.99 a month with the first week free. You're getting a lot.
And that was the other thing. Yes, I was going to say that's the thing is you guys will run from time to time everything from the first week free specials to, I've seen, at one point I think at the beginning it was like you got the first month free.
Yeah.
So
you do that
you never really know. Yeah, but it's just not the back catalog that's available. And of course, current events after a certain time they will show up on there as well. But it's not just that. Sometimes you guys have specials. I remember the one that mainly focused on some of the women of Chikara. What some coined the secret or the lost season of Chikara was on there. Just a lot of there have been a couple specials, sort of mini documentaries. They've had I am blanking and shame on me. The movie that Chikara put out a couple years ago.
Ashes of Chikara is on there, yeah.
Ashes,
yes. Yeah. Yes, and that to me was I loved Ashes so much. Ashes was awesome. But I would say, and like I said, help me out here, Crab. I don't know, maybe every other month it seems, Chikara puts on a live streaming event, the Hour of Power, and you guys have one coming up, right?
Yep, every month or so. July 23rd is our next one. You can only watch it on Chikaratopia. This event isn't available to the public, but it's just an hour long, given its name. It'll be a great show, absolutely.
And I've also noticed that's where it seems more of the fresher faces show up. From time to time, you really see more of the newer stars emerging, and of course, they pepper the legacy guys in there, and I think that's great. But like I said, that's a great way to see some of the more of the fresher faces.
Yeah, absolutely. The newer talent will be there. Hermit Crab will be there. Travis Huckabee, Razor Hawk, and we'll get in some of the older veteran wrestlers as well.
But now, and don't get me wrong, big fan of yours, Hermit Crab. Love you to death, buddy. Think you're awesome. Too salty. But there is one guy that I look forward to being on, and he only seems to show up on the Hour of Power specials. And I hope he's okay, because I don't think I've seen him for a while. And I really want, he needs a shirt. He needs a shirt. But can you tell me, is the whereabouts, or at least if he's okay, Hip Toss Hank? Where is Hip Toss Hank? Hip Toss Hank.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly think if there was an Hour of Power title, I think it should go to Hip Toss Hank.
No one really knows where Hip Toss Hank is. You see, Chikara doesn't really contact Hip Toss Hank. He contacts us.
Okay.
No one really knows where Hip Toss Hank is. He could hip toss his way into the Wrestle Factory someday. Who knows? Maybe he'll be on July 23rd.
Oh, and that would be one of the many reasons. Hip Toss Hank, and I believe, didn't he have a brother, Suplex Steve? I just know that there was that whole family. That whole family.
Yeah. Yes, we had Suplex Steven. We had Rope Break Randy.
Yes,
a lot of them.
That was another one.
Yes.
Yes. So if the next time Hip Toss Hank shows up, please pass along my well wishes and tell him he has at least one fan.
Absolutely. Hermit Crab will be sure to pinch him just for you.
Oh, I appreciate that, sir. But yes, so like we said, coming up July 23rd. Eddie, what's the day? Was that a Saturday, a Sunday?
July 23rd. Go ahead. Hermit Crab, I thought you were about to come in.
Pretty sure that's a Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right, because I usually watch them as I'm getting ready for the show. So once again, like, not many, even the companies that do have a streaming service with their back catalogs and all that other stuff, that's great. But how many of them, at least about once a month or so, will do a live show just for the fans? I can't think of anybody. Not many, if any.
Yeah.
And that is why one of the many reasons to enjoy and support Chikara and all that they hold. 2, subscribe to Chikaratopia. Catch up on your back catalogs. Find out because of Chikaratopia. Do you know what you can do, Eddie?
What's that?
You can type in Hermit Crab, and guess what?
What's that?
It will show you when his first match was, and then it does it on the main site. You can go to his profile, it'll show his first, and then you can search Hermit Crab, and boom, you can watch all the Hermit Crab matches. You could have a Hermit Crabathon.
That sounds like a good idea.
Hermit Crab does that every day. Just types in Chikaratopia, Hermit Crab, and just has a Hermit Crabathon every day.
By the way, I've been meaning to ask. Let me do this real quick. The Hour of Power.
Okay.
Now, once again, that is at the Wrestle Factory, 4711 Wingate Street in Philly. I do have to ask, is this event open to the public, or is this a closed circumstance?
All of the Hour Powers are closed.
Okay.
We don't allow the public in, but that doesn't mean you still can't log on to Chikaratopia and watch it live.
That's why I would sit back and say, folks, if you have not checked out Chikaratopia, you really should. I'm not going to tell you need to. I'm going to tell you really should. It's that good. MaBo?
But Chikara is not the only place that Hermit Crab hangs his shell. Of course, I'm bringing up the wonderful company and ran by a close personal friend of mine, Edgar Excellence, and I am speaking about, of course, Excellence Pro Wrestling. And I believe, Hermit Crab, you have a date or two coming up on some of their shows.
Yes, on August 12th, they have a very interesting show called Fandemonium. And what makes it interesting is that before the show, we're having 3 separate seminars. A wrestling seminar taught by Mike Quackenbush, a referee seminar taught by Bryce Remsburg, and then even a ring announcer seminar taught by Vlad Radonov. And we're opening the curtain a little bit on these seminars and letting the fans in and watching it. And then after the seminar, we have a show with the wrestlers that they just saw in the seminars on it.
Now, Eddie.
Yes.
I know that there is a contingent, and Hermit Crab, of course, this will be used. There is a contingent of wrestlers headed from Alabama.
Yep.
Cabana Man Dan, Donnie Primetime, I believe Lights, Cameron Action, and I believe Britt Jackson's even going as well. Zombie Dragon. But, they're all going to be there for the seminar and whatnot. But I do believe there is another devilishly handsome ring announcer not named Fast Eddie Layne that will be with them and attending the ring announcer seminar taught by Vlad Radonov. Vlad Radonov.
Would you like a second take on that, or are you happy with the Smokey and the Bandit 2 theory?
You know what that phrase is.
Yeah, don't.
It will fix it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
There you go.
It's all blank. So, we'll print the first one. There you go. Live, we'll print the first one.
We're not going to Psycho Sid this and be like, all right, hey, can we cut that and redo it?
There you go.
Sorry, big. We're live, big man.
Or
Maria. Yes, I will be in attendance as well, Hermit Crab. So who knows?
Oh.
I might even get to introduce you to the ring.
Looking forward to it.
And folks,
yes, I think it's a. Go ahead, Eddie.
The seminar to which they refer is actually going to be at Forest Lodge, 2118 Old Bethlehem Pike in Sellersville, Pennsylvania. Seminars are going to be between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Fans 18 years of age are welcome to observe the seminar with Mike Quackenbush, as well as the other seminars taking place with Vlad and Bryce Remsburg. Tickets are $25 each. 6:30 p.m. doors, 7 p.m. bell for the main event. I believe front row seating may be sold out. General admission, $15. That is going to be for the Excellence Professional Wrestling live event that is going to be that night in Sellersville at Forest Lodge, 2118 Old Bethlehem Pike. If you haven't had a chance to check out Excellence Pro, folks, for our friends up in the northeastern U.S., all the way down to the Mid-Atlantic, definitely August 12th is going to be a great time. Fandemonium from Excellence Professional Wrestling, they have had some great live events there, and I'm really looking forward to hearing some great things out of this one, not only from the seminars, but from the live event itself. MaBo?
But but wait, there's more.
There's more.
There's
thank
more.
you, Billy Mays.
Excellence is putting on this, this great thing. I've personally never heard of this. I mean, there's a lot of companies, they bring in people, much like Mike Quackenbush and Bob Evans, Brutal Bob, and all that to, do seminars before shows, but they are never, open for the public to view and to like you said, Hermit Crab, pull back the curtain a little bit, little peek ski. Mm-hmm. But Fandemonium, that is just the appetizer. That is just a little teaser, because Excellence Pro returns full force in September, correct?
Yep.
Yes, September 9th, yes.
And that would be on, Eddie, help me out here because my iPad froze up.
Chances are they're going to be in their home venue, which is Forest Lodge. I don't have the direct line on what's happening on September the 9th. I have not gotten all that information yet.
Well, I definitely look forward to the return of it. Eddie can tell you, Hermit Crab, I've been a big supporter of Excellence Pro for the past 2 years, Eddie?
Yep.
Somewhere in there, because I think it's great. I think it's a wonderful company. And they have wonderful talent. I got
to ask a question, and this is going to be really, really bad, and I hope not to upset anyone. But how does knowing the penchant for felines, especially in their dietary habits, How is it possible that Edgar Excellence is not tempted in the direction of the Hermit Crab?
Well, when a Hermit Crab talks to Edgar, you usually see the little vein coming out on Edgar's forehead, but he remains a nice little distance from Hermit Crab at all times.
Well, I mean, Eddie, you got to think about it. Hermit Crab does have the claws, fear the claws.
Mm.
So, yeah. I'm sure Mr. Edgar doesn't want his tail pinched or nose or anything else, because I don't know if you've ever been pinched by a crab before.
Oh yes, I have.
It's not. It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant at all.
On the little toe.
Yes.
Oh, that's
especially Hermit Crab's claw. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Hermit Crab has the best claws. Yeah. Yeah. Edgar is definitely very afraid of Hermit Crab and his claws.
Now, Hermit Crab, I obviously you definitely looking forward to the September show. But kind of going back to Fandemonium, some of the names that have been listed for the show. Have you had a chance to kind of look over to see who's coming up? Or across or down or over, whatever direction they're coming from. Have you had a chance to maybe go over some of the people attending the seminars and maybe do some research? Because you never know. You could be thrown into a match with Cabana Man Dan. You could be thrown into a match with somebody who I'm looking forward to seeing, Sal the Pug. Have you had a chance to maybe study those who are coming up?
Hermit Crab has met Sal the Pug before, and very interesting talent. Pug versus Crab. Everyone wants to see that, of course.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. But the Beach Bums, T.J. Crawford, and his pals are going to be there. So that should be very interesting. See Hermit Crab with the Beach Bums.
Yes. Somebody pointed out to me that there are going to be several beach and ocean themed people, like you said, the Beach Bums, along with yourself and Cabana Man Dan. Somebody said that maybe by the end of the night we could see an Eddie Don't You Groan. We could see a new faction form, the NWO, the New Wave Ocean.
Okay,
that is an interesting idea. Yes,
I like this. Actually, that's funny. I would not groan at that. That's funny.
But yes, but not. It's like I said, there's a lot of people coming up, but there will be a couple of excellent guys there. Danger Jameson, so far that's listed. Buck Gunderson, and then of course yourself.
Yes.
Off the cuff question. There is no wrong answer. Which commercial makes you cringe that much more? Long John Silver's or Red Lobster?
Definitely Long John Silver's. Mostly because Red Lobster, though, Hermit Crab stays away from that place usually. They do have great biscuits.
Oh, the Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, I know they aren't the same, but did you know that you can actually buy the mix now in grocery stores to make your own Cheddar Bay biscuits? Oh, yeah.
I make my own without the mix.
Oh. So Hermit Crab doesn't have to sneak in there anymore and grab the biscuits. That's what you're saying.
I would never be one to suggest anything to a large anthropomorphic crab, but you do you, buddy. You do you. Now, Hermit Crab, I know, thank you, first of all, for spending your evening with us. I haven't gone over this with Eddie just yet. Eddie's usually the one that brings this up. And if you are game, that is fine.
I don't have it in front of me.
What, you don't have it in front of you? Well, you better start pulling it up, sunshine. There is, when any of our guests come on, we, especially ones we like to have fun with, and you, sir, have been a blast. Like I said, thank you for joining us. We have a little game that we like to play where there are no wrong answers. And it is a series of questions that we throw out. Like I said, no wrong answers. Whatever comes to comes off the top of your head, feel free to spit it out. Mm-hmm. And so what we're asking you in a roundabout way, Hermit Crab, current reigning and defending Young Lions Cup holder, Would you be willing to participate with us in a rousing game of the Lightning Mike Quackenbush, White Lightning Tim Horner, Jushin Thunder Liger Lightning Round?
Yes, just because the name is fantastic.
Thank you. I came up with it myself.
He actually did.
It actually just started out as the Lightning Mike Quackenbush round, and then it became the Jushin Thunder Liger Lightning Mike Quackenbush round, and then it became the White Lightning Tim Horner Jushin Thunder. Just it keeps building. If I find another guy with a Lightning or a Thunder tag name in his, I'm gonna go with that. So you ready to play?
Yes, Hermit Crab's ready.
Eddie, you got your list?
No, I don't. I was trying to tell you that it's on another computer.
Well, just wing it anyway, brother.
You're first. Go for it.
Oh, but you usually don't. All right, Hermit Crab. You're walking down the streets of Sesame Street. Oscar the Grouch and Cookie Monster roll up on you, ready to fight. You've got your claws.
Yes, Hermit Crab.
But if you could have...
claws, yes,
you got your claws. But if you could choose one other weapon to take on Oscar the Grouch and Cookie Monster in a Sesame Street fight, what would it be?
Probably some hot glue to seal Oscar the Grouch's trash can together so he can't get out, and maybe glue Cookie Monster to it, and then put a little cookie too far out of their reach.
Ooh.
Just to tease Cookie Monster. Yes.
Thinking outside the box and a little sadistic. I like it. Eddie, you found one, or you want me to keep going?
Keep going.
Keep going.
Better.
Right.
I'll go with number 16, or the one that I used to call number 16. Coming into a totally different realm. You're getting ready for a War Games match, but it's with a twist. Which boy band would you pick? Backstreet Boys, One Direction, or NSYNC?
Definitely in sync, because Hermit Crab has a beautiful voice. Whenever he sings, he's always in sync.
MaBo. Good one.
All right. You got to choose now. You got to choose. Would you rather get into a boxing match with an octopus? I know he's a fellow sea dweller. Or have to get into a shoot fight with Dan Severn's mustache?
Probably the mustache, because Hermit Crab's claws will just cut up that, and then there won't be any mustache to fight.
Even though it's Dan Severn's mustache?
Yes. Have you seen Hermit Crab's claws? They're the best.
I have. I have.
Yeah.
I think you're the first person to ever choose to shoot fight Dan Severn's mustache.
Third.
You're the first one to ever choose that.
Third?
Okay.
Third.
Still. Yeah. All right, Eddie, you got one? You want me to keep going?
I'm going to go with one. In the world of sports, there are very few aquatic-oriented teams that actually utilize some form of sea life as their mascot. So I will throw this one at you. Which team would you rather own, the Miami Dolphins or the Pittsburgh Penguins? Or the Miami Marlins?
Definitely the Dolphins. No reason, just the Dolphins.
The individual in pro wrestling that you would most love to have a debate with, and what would the topic be?
That's an interesting one. Yes. Probably Paul Heyman, definitely, to discuss who's stronger, Brock Lesnar or Hermit Crab's claws.
MaBo.
Hermit Crab claws are definitely stronger than Brock Lesnar. Absolutely.
I would believe it. All right. Worst smell. Kobold's breath? Worst smell. Kobold's breath? Or Crummels and Defarge's body odor?
Definitely Crummels and Defarge. Definitely. And that's coming from Hermit Crab, who doesn't smell that great himself, but...
By the way, I don't
Eddie?
know. Speaking of Cobalt, actually, this is legit. I was doing social media a little while ago, and I actually stumbled across something that Cobalt made a post about 21 hours ago. He was talking about the fact that Hermit Crab, our guest at this time, and the Cajun Crawdad having a great match yesterday. Hermit Crab, these are his exact words. Hermit showed he deserves the YLC. So kudos on that.
Good match. Yeah.
Now, legit question. Out of the areas in which you've gone, there are so many to which you have not been. Geographically speaking, what is one area of the country that you would love to be able to go and work for? Just to be able to work.
Definitely Japan.
First thing you would do when you got there, work not related.
Work not related. Definitely go eat. Hermit Crab is a growing hermit crab.
Why do I get the feeling we'd see Hermit Crab at Ribera? Steak! It's what's for dinner. Now,
that would be the turf with the surf.
He'd finally have to go for the turf.
Yeah.
Medium rare. It's the only way to fly. Your ultimate, I just couldn't help myself moment when it comes to eating.
Macaroni and cheese. Yes, absolutely.
MaBo?
All right. Would you rather wrestle an Ironman match, hour-long Ironman match, with mashed potatoes and gravy in your boots, or be responsible for washing Oleg the Usurper's tunic after an all-onion buffet?
Definitely the mashed potatoes in boots. Hermit Crab's seen Oleg after a match, and he's seen him before a match, and both aren't very pleasant.
He's a large man with tons of onions. Eddie?
Breaking news, Neville, of course, retained over Akira Tozawa on the pre-show. Tell you what, Hermit, do me a favor. We're coming up against the top of the hour, and we were supposed to be signing out at the TOH, or top of the hour. We were going to do predictions for Great Balls of Fire. Would you like to come on board and join us in predictions round?
Sure.
Okay, let's run them real quick. As, of course, I just stated, Neville did retain against Akira Tozawa. Enzo and Big Cass. MaBo.
I'm going to go with Enzo.
Hermit Crab.
Big Cass.
I'm actually going to go Big Cass on this one also. Intercontinental Championship for the 93rd time in the last 2 weeks. It will be The Miz versus Dean Ambrose. MaBo.
I'm going to say Miz.
Hermit Crab.
Miz.
I'm sticking with Miz also. Clean sweep on that one. Raw Tag Team Championship match. 30-minute Iron Man rules. Cesaro and Sheamus versus the Hardy Boys. Mark MaBo Bowman.
I'm going to say Cesaro and Sheamus.
He is too salty. The Hermit Crab.
Cesaro and Sheamus.
I'm sticking with Cesaro and Sheamus also. I'd love to see the Hardys get the belt back, but I know there's big things on the horizon as far as the Hardys' characters go, so I'm really looking to see how this unfolds. Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt. Mark?
Ooh, I think Bray Wyatt's going to pull this one out.
Crab?
Bray Wyatt.
I'm going Bray Wyatt. Raw Women's title, Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks. MaBo?
Bliss.
Hermit Crab?
Alexa Bliss.
I don't think Sasha needs the belt right now. Plus, I don't think they know what to do with her if she actually got the belt, so therefore I think they're going to keep the belt on Bliss. Ambulance match, Reigns, Strowman, Bowman.
Bowman goes with Strowman.
Crab.
Hermit Crab also goes with Strowman.
I think this is the pivot point for Roman Reigns. I'm actually seeing them putting him over in this match. For some reason, for as much as I want to pick Strowman, I can't. And this is probably going to be the one match that I really get wrong tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and go with Roman Reigns. Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe. Mark MaBo Bowman.
I'm going to have to go with Bork Laser.
My headset blinks. Say it again.
Bork Laser. Brock Lesnar.
Okay. Our special guest, the Hermit Crab.
As much as Hermit Crab wants Samoa Joe to win, he thinks Brock Lesnar will win.
I am actually going to go out on a limb and say that they are going to bump their plans, and they are going to have a title change tonight at Great Balls of Fire. I'm putting the belt on Samoa Joe. That way the internet wrestling community can actually just stick its foot in its mouth for 5 minutes. And then they'll find something else asinine to say. Do me a favor, as we're getting ready to head for the top of the hour, how can everybody track you down on social media?
Hermit Crab's on Instagram, Hermit Crab Chikara, and he's also on Twitter as at Hermit Crab Walk.
And of course, folks, you can catch our special guest upcoming live events from Chikara Pro Wrestling live at First Energy Stadium. That is 5 days away, Friday, July the 14th. That's First Energy Stadium, 1900 Center Avenue in Reading, Pennsylvania. Also, keep your eyes open on Chikaratopia for the Hour of Power Sunday, the 23rd. How did I lose? Hold on. We lost MaBo. I'm going to try to get him back in real quick. Bowman, you back?
I'm here.
Okay, cool. Once again, that is Hour of Power. You can catch it exclusively on Chikaratopia on July 23rd. And you've heard us make a reference to it. It is in the very near future. August 12. Fandemonium for Excellence Professional Wrestling at Forest Lodge in Sellersville, Pennsylvania. It has been a great honor to have the Hermit Crab on with us. We want to thank you for hanging out tonight. Hope you had a good time.
Yes, Hermit Crab had a good time. Thank you.
And Brooks Logan, hope everything's going well on the road trip, brother. And, of course, on the live side, we're going to be preempting Corner to Corner this evening. They will be actually airing in replay mode. As soon as they get me the audio a little bit later on tonight, I have got to make a move 30 minutes to the north. So, folks, remember, at Beyond Ringside on Twitter, Facebook.com/Beyond Ringside Live, and, of course, BeyondRingside.com and ProWrestlingRadio.net are our homes. For me personally, Fast Eddie Layne, LAYNE.com is home. Mark, you got shameless plug you want to throw out real quick?
Chikaratopia, check them out. Go out to Excellence Pro, check out Chikara, and see our buddy Hermit Crab.
And tomorrow night, actually, let's do this, on July the 10th, the return of the Midnight Black Mass. Reverend Dan Wilson, the Strong Style Psycho Tank, and the... Does he still call himself the Southeastern Strangler? Yes, he does. Andrew Alexander. And who knows what's going to happen tomorrow night. It's going to be chaos, and going to have a very special after the Midnight Black Mass feature where longtime friends of the family, the Primal Chris Knox and former multi-time NWA Women's World Champion Tasha Simone will be paying a visit as Back to Basics makes a Monday night run, 30-minute episode after the Midnight Black Mass tomorrow night. Folks, thank you for tuning in live. Thank you for catching us on replay. It is always greatly appreciated. For Mark MaBo Bowman.
Too salty.
For our very special guest, the Hermit Crab.
Too salty.
I am the Magic City Motor Mouth Fast Eddie Layne saying until next time, adios, das vidania, hasta luego, auf Wiedersehen, ciao, sayonara, adieu, arrivederci, farewell, abasina, au revoir, until we meet again, aloha means bye-bye. Join us right here next time as we all go beyond ringside. Bye for now.